Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we are learning new information about a fatal crash that happened in Wilson County on Wednesday. Now the crash happened around 11 p.m. Wednesday night on I-587 just outside of Wilson near the Highway 58 interchange. The Highway Patrol says 78-year-old Mac Worley of Ayden was heading west in the eastbound lanes when his vehicle struck another vehicle driven by 39-year-old Ismael Residines Cabrera of Greenville. Now, both drivers died at the scene of the crash, and there were no passengers in either car. Now, troopers do not know why the Ayden man was on the wrong side of the highway, and they say impairment is not suspected in the crash. And we're also getting news, more so confirmation about a murder that happened in Pitt County. Deputies have confirmed this morning the name of the man killed in Thursday's homicide in Simpson. Now, family members told WITN yesterday that 58-year-old Rodney Hardy was shot in his home on Queen Street. The shooting happened at around 1:45 a.m. Now, deputies have yet to release any information on a possible suspect in the shooting death or any motive. Simpson's mayor says this is the first deadly shooting in the village since he moved there 10 years ago. And now we want to turn our attention again to your weather forecast today. Quite a bit different than yesterday. It's one that we're seeing unusual things happen, but we can certainly explain them just by, again, the setup of our air pressure systems across the southeastern United States. The area of low pressure that had been close enough to eastern North Carolina to keep humidity flowing into the east, well, that is now far enough away from the east that the northeasterly winds that we're seeing present across eastern North Carolina right now are actively drawing in cooler and drier air. Right now, again, the cloud cover that was over eastern North Carolina yesterday is now off the coast. We do have a few fair weather clouds out there. Can't call it a completely sunny day, but everybody who steps outside today is likely going to be looking up and saying, all right, mostly sunny conditions. Very nice. That's pretty much what we're going to see through the upcoming weekend. There again, you can see some of those patchy cumulus clouds starting to pop up across Bertie, Martin, Pitt, Greene, Lenoir, Wayne, even portions of Edgecombe, Hertford, Gates, Nash, and Northampton counties. No rain coming out of those clouds. Just going to be some Bob Ross type clouds, just a little happy cloud here and there. As far as your temperatures go, right now most of us in the upper 70s to low 80s, so a few of us still in the mid 70s, but everybody is warming up. And compared to where we were yesterday, we are all looking at warmer conditions, except for those of you watching on Cape Hatteras. You guys were warm yesterday, so to be fair, again, you guys are quite a bit toastier than just about everybody else in eastern North Carolina today. You're holding steady. The rest of eastern North Carolina, I guess, is just kind of catching up to where Hatteras was yesterday. And this is unusual because usually whenever we talk about an increase in air temperatures, that also comes with an increase in humidity. The opposite is actually happening today because of the removal of that low pressure system that I mentioned just a few moments ago. Over the past 24 hours, we've seen about a 5 to 10 degree drop in dew points throughout eastern North Carolina, and that is change you can feel. Now, of course, it's hotter out today because the air temperatures are about 7 to 10 degrees warmer than where they were 24 hours ago. But again, at least we've got that drier air to go with the additional heat. Dew points dropping, air temperatures rising. That is the sign that fall is very much in the air. Hopefully everybody enjoys this autumn feel that we're going to hold through the weekend. A lot of it is thanks to these right here, these northeasterly winds that right now are blowing in at about 7 to 15 miles an hour. A few areas a little bit above that range. Right now we have a 17-mile-per-hour sustained breeze coming in Beaufort. We've got a 16-mile-per-hour sustained breeze in Stumpy Point. But most of eastern North Carolina, again, with winds, sustained winds that is, right now falls between around 7 to 15 miles per hour. Coming up this afternoon, is going to plateau around the 80-degree mark. Some of us may make it up to around 81, 82. Some of us may stay at around 78, 79. But again, everybody is likely going to be around that 80-degree mark under mostly sunny skies. And with skies remaining mostly clear later on tonight, that will help air temperatures drop back down into the low 60s as we wake up tomorrow morning. But by midnight tonight, I anticipate the upper 60s. So if you have any late night Friday plans, you should be able to go without without a jacket. High pressure over really Alabama and Georgia is going to do wonders for us, kind of keeping that cloud cover at bay until we get into Sunday. Sunday morning, we may see a little bit more cloud cover try to move in from the coast, but no real rain showers will come with that system over the next several days. The following system, again, will be through the east. That will be coming in from the west. By the time we get to, I'd say, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Now, what isn't going to be here next week is this system, but certainly one we're going to be keeping an eye on. It is an area of concern that the National Hurricane Center has been tracking for the last several days. The good news for us is this is going to be a system that right now, just judging off of this track, these long-range models continue to push this system more towards Bermuda and perhaps even staying off to the east of Bermuda, again, which kind of keeps that system away from eastern North Carolina. Now, there is still a long ways to go before we can get a solid read on that area of low pressure because, again, it's still developing, but over the next 7 days has only a medium chance of development. That's a 40% chance over the next 48 hours, 0% chance of developing. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. Over the weekend, again, maybe a little bit of a breezy day coming up for Saturday, similar to what we're going to see today, though, and not anticipating too much more of a wind increase from yesterday to today and today into tomorrow. But air temperatures will continue to climb until we get those rain showers into the east. That's expected to happen by the middle of next week. Right now, we've got a 30% chance of rain tacked on to Tuesday, about a 40% chance of rain onto Wednesday, and then those rain showers are expected to diminish as we head through Thursday, leaving us sunny and dry by the time we reach the following Friday. I do again want to highlight Alma Rossi, prayers for the family of those that were lost in that Pitt County crash, and of course prayers for the families of the murder victim, Rodney Hardy. Great call there, Alma Rossi. And again, thank you for joining me over on Facebook. But that's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Friday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.